What's up, everybody? And welcome to another edition of High Mythology. The show where I get higher than the guy that came up with ancient aliens. And we tell you guys silly stories from mythology and folklore. No aliens, though. No aliens. Yeah. We keep the aliens out. Today we will be bringing you another a runner-up from the Polish poll that we put out a little while back. The story of the Dragon of Krakow. Krakow! Yeah. It's a pretty epic one. Pretty fun. Not that long, though. So I do apologize for the shortness of today's Saturday short, if it turns out that short. But
I'm sure they've had shorter.
You've had shorter. Oh, where is it? There we go.
Whole 2-inch.
Whole 2. Yeah. Oh.
I won't name any names.
Both of the inches. Oh, Jesus. Yes, without further ado, go ahead and take it away there, Kimbo.
Oh, thank you. All right, so the Dragon of Krakow.
Krakow!
Thank you. Is also known as Smoke.
Smoke
Without the E at the end.
Without the E.
Or the Dragon of Wawel Hill is one of Poland's most famous tales. Interesting.
Yeah, it's one of their biggest.
It's so famous, Kim's never heard of it.
Kim's never heard of it. No, and that was a surprising thing that I had never heard of it either. But when looking it up, it was like, no, this is like Poland
Everyone
shit.
knows.
Yeah, this and the Warsaw Mermaid, and there's stuff at the end of it that kind of ties into other dragon myths.
See, I've heard of the Warsaw Mermaid, but I've never heard of the Dragon of Krakow.
Krakow!
Sorry, that's how we're going to say it every time, guys.
The Dragon of Krakow!
So the story is believed to have come from the pagan Slavic people.
Slavs.
But like most of the stories, there's no record of the original. Only like a latter version written by a monk.
Oh, yes, the monks.
Let me guess, Christianity comes in?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, it's not
There's
tied
always.
into the story, but it's not actually like tied into the story. But it is, there's also no paganism tied into the story. It's one of the few like where there's no mention of like deities whatsoever, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there are a few different versions of the story, but for today's episode, we will mainly be covering the ones that are the most famous.
Yeah. One crazy thing that I found too, which made it a lot harder to find the cool Polish stories, is most of the Polish mythology that seems to be around is all just still handed down through like stories told in families, like, you know, grandma telling the story of fucking the Dragon of Krakow. So most of the information I got, like one of them was even a fucking makeup tutorial I was watching, but it was just a Polish lady, and she's like, "Let me tell you the stories I'd get told when I was a child."
That's how I found out about anything to do with the Fox people. Yeah. Like there was this chick just doing makeup, and all of a sudden she's like, "So there are a few stories that my parents have told me." I'm like, "What? I couldn't find them." Yeah,
it's random. All the good stories are all word of mouth, and without having, you know, a Polish great grandma or great aunt that you can tap as a resource, you really gotta look.
Yeah. So our story begins with a king named Krakus.
Just
kidding. Sorry.
Krakus of the S.
And he was looking for a place to start his kingdom. That's contradictory.
I know, it's very confusing to me how they were like, he is a king named Krakus, and he wanted to found his first city. Like, wait, what's he the king of?
This hamburger.
I am the king of $50, and I will use it to found a city.
One day, he was traveling down the Vistula River.
Vistula?
And he found the place that he wanted to put his new city. It was a luscious green hill near the river called Wawel Hill.
Wawel Hill.
Krakus gathered his people and set to building the city on a hill. So I guess he does have people that follow him.
He's got his people. I am king of these 3 guys, those 2 sheep, and that 1 chicken. But one day we will have a kingdom.
And 4 hamburgers.
And 4 hamburgers. We used to have another cow.
Got hamburgers on the mind now.
Yeah.
Shit, sorry. As you can tell, it's close to dinner time. Again. So once the city was complete, they found out that they had put their city in a bad place because below the hill was a layer of smoke. What was that shit?
Wawelaski. That's the funny thing too, is it's like he has a whole name.
Wow.
Which I think his name actually, I saw it pop up a lot where it's like Smoke Wawelaski. Like it's an actual name, but I think it just translates to the Dragon of Wawel Hill.
Interesting. Smoke was, as I'm sure you have all guessed, one big ass motherfucking dragon. Mm-hmm. Every day he would come out and lay waste to the countryside.
Fuck your farms!
Doing the basic dragon shit.
I piss on your house!
Destroying farms and snatching up maidens.
Ooh, give me that maiden!
Give me that bitch.
Give me the maidens!
She better be a virgin.
Where all the virgins at?
The people would give the dragon offerings to leave them be.
I got like $5, dude. Would you just leave me alone?
Sometimes it would work. Other times the dragon would just eat them. Basically, it was just an all-around wrecking shit. Excuse me. He was wreaking shit.
He was wreaking shit. Yeah, wreaking shit everywhere. Yeah, he was a real asshole from the sounds of it.
Yeah. Basically, Smoke was just running around wrecking shit like a real asshole. And Krakus was fucking over it. So he decided to seek someone to slay the dragon. Because apparently he can't do it himself.
Yeah, he's not about to go slay the dragon himself.
Yeah, but that's a king's job.
It is, pretty much. Okay,
so now, this is where the variations come in. Let's start with the original version. After Krakus put out a call for help, man warriors.
That's a little grim, Eric. After he put out the call for help, man warriors came. Strong man warriors.
I'm thinking Conan the Barbarian. Yeah. One after another, they were killed by the dragon, and eventually, old King Krakus ran out of options. So he went to his sons, Krakas Jr. and Lech.
Krakas Jr.
and Lech.
And Lech.
And he begged them to help him rid the land of the beast. He even went as far as to promise his kingdom to the son that slew the dragon. So the boys set off on their quest.
La 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 la. That seems like kind of a dick move, dude. You're instantly turning the brothers against each other. Go! Work together, my sons. But whichever one strikes the final blow gets to take over the kingdom.
I thought it was first come, first served.
Yeah. The older son's like, I've literally been training for this my whole life.
Right.
That guy dropped out of school in the 9th grade. He's the second prince. He doesn't have to worry.
The other one didn't even make it to 3rd. It's okay. Yeah. They knew that they couldn't take the dragon down with strength alone. If the greatest warriors had fallen, what hope was there for them?
Great warrior man.
One decided to fucking smoke a bowl in the backyard and said, fuck this. Just kidding. So instead of strength, they used their brains.
Aha!
Oh, shit, excuse me. They skinned a calf and then filled the skin with smoldering sulfur and pitch.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
My kind of cow.
The dragon saw the fake calf and thought it was an offering.
Ooh, cheeseburgers.
Mm. He jumped out of his cave and gobbled it up. Once it was inside him, the pitch and the sulfur ignited. And the dragon puffed up and shot a stream of flames out of his mouth and then died, burning up from the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, a cool thing about that, too, is I'm pretty sure that's where a lot of the, like, dragons breathing fire thing came from. Mm-hmm. Was Smoke breathing fucking fire. But he didn't breathe fire like that wasn't a thing that he just went around doing.
Yeah.
He just breathes fire right before he died. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sounds like a movie we watched recently.
It does.
Monster Hunter?
Monster Hunter!
That was a good movie, guys.
It was. It was pretty fun.
I did not know
it was
it
good
was
action
based off a
romp.
video game. That was my bad.
And there's a cat chef.
All right, so after they killed the dragon, Lech and Crackass Jr. argued over who should get the prize. Crackass Jr. suggested that they should split it.
How about we split it, brother?
Lech just suggests to Crackass that he should go fuck himself.
How about you fuck off and I split your head with a rock, you little bitch?
It was a total stalemate. That is, until Lech decided to kill his brother. Wow.
Yeah, just straight up murdered his brother.
Pew, pew. After murdering his brother, he went back to town and claimed that he had killed the dragon, but the dragon had killed Crackass Jr. And Crackass Sr. was upset, but he had made a promise, and so he followed through. He let Leech become Lech. Leech, you're a fucking leech.
Leech, he is a total fucking leech.
He let Lech become the king. Lech's time in the spotlight would not be long, but shortly after being crowned, it was discovered that he had killed his brother. He was beaten and banished from Poland, and then the city was renamed Krakow in honor of the slain prince.
Krakow! Yeah.
Interesting.
After Crack Jr. I guess there's another version too that I didn't mention where Crackus the king was the one that came up with the calf and the yeah. But there's a bunch of different slight variations on the olden ones.
All right. So for the other version, which is a more romantic version.
Love is in the air.
Yamo.
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 Oh, Crackus!
Oh, that's Italian, sorry.
Yeah.
After Crackus put out the call...
All the greatest warrior men.
All the greatest warrior men still showed up. And they were all still killed just the same. Just like the other version.
Oh.
However, in this version... Crackus doesn't have any sons. He only has one hot little daughter.
One smoking hot daughter.
Trying to imagine what she would look like, yet nothing comes to mind. I'm so sorry.
I'm just getting the same picture of Crack Jr., but with a wig on.
I got a blank face. Sorry.
Paul Rudd. With a blonde wig.
Interesting choice. Also, the dragon had still been eating maidens. To the
munching
point,
down on all them maidens.
To the point where the only maiden left in town was the princess.
I think I let this go too far, guys.
I think you waited too long.
I think so, King Crackus. Your daughter is the only chick left in town.
It was the idol of this shit show of a sausage party that young cobblers decided it was time to find love.
Love is in the air.
A young cobbler.
A young cobbler. And not a peach cobbler either. A shoe cobbler. Which is way less delicious.
This young man was named Scuba.
Scuba!
Is it really Scuba?
Yeah. Scuba.
And he had his eyes set on the princess because he knew she was the only virgin left in town. He's banged all the other ones. He didn't care. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Actually, I was just thinking about that. That's a good point. If he's only eating maidens, then it's probably like 25% of it was the dragon started eating people, and then the other 75% is after that everyone's like,
we gotta fuck.
We gotta fuck. Yeah.
He knew he couldn't fight the dragon, so he came up with a plan to take it out. He killed a sheep and then pulled out its insides and replaced them with sulfur.
Bah!
Interesting. Then he took the sheep bomb to Smoke and offered it as a gift. Smoke accepted and then gobbled it right up. The sulfur dried out his insides and the dragon rushed to the river. He drank and drank, but couldn't quench his thirst. And eventually he became so full he burst it open. Wow. Scuba took the news back to the king, who gladly let him marry the princess. And then, in honor of scuba, Krak named the city after himself.
Krakow!
Krakow!
I do
In
like
honor
to
of scuba, I'm going to name the city after myself.
For finding my daughter, or for saving the city, you can marry my daughter. And then as an honor, I will name the city Krakow! Because I am the king that let you go slay that dragon. King Krakus, bitch.
That's right, don't you forget.
Don't you forget it.
I'll even name the city so you don't forget.
I'll name the city, yeah.
Wow, sounds like a fucked up deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, at least I get to marry your daughter.
Well, I guess once Krak is gone, he can fucking rename the city Scuba Gear.
Scuba, yeah. Fine, I'm gonna go dive in the water, and one day people will be swimming under the water, and they'll say, I'm scuba diving.
Nice. So the story of Smoke, the Wawel dragon, is a story that deeply entwines with the city of Krakow.
Krakow!
If you go to Wawel Palace, you can still see the bones of the dragon on display.
Yeah, they actually have the magic dragon bones hanging up.
Obviously, they're not dragon bones, but magic dinosaur bones.
Yeah.
Probably brontosaurus.
Yeah, but what was it? Possibly a dinosaur or a whale kinds. Or a mammoth.
A bit of both.
Yeah.
All. In Krakow, you can also visit the Dragon's Lair, a huge limestone cave under the city, complete with a fire-breathing statue. How nice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And it's actually, I was surprised, and I'll go ahead and name drop one of our references for this right now, but it was discoverkrakow.com, which is Krakow's fucking like tourism website. And they have the whole story of fucking the one version of the story of the dragon, but then also talk about how like all those places are actually real places that you can go visit. Mm-hmm. And that cool ass statue that they made.
Jerk off on, yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, the statue, the hard thing about Googling it is if you Google the Dragon of Wawel Hill or the Krakow Dragon, the first thing that you're going to get is a whole bunch of pictures of the dragon sculpture.
Interesting.
Yeah.
As for the true origin of this myth, there is no real record of the original. Sorry.
No,
you're fucked on it.
Yeah.
But there are a few theories as to a basis for it. One theory is that the dragon was not a dragon at all, but a representation of the Avars.
Mm-hmm.
And the Avars were a group of people, mainly from Turkey, who were known to come in raiding and demanding tribute, namely maidens.
Yeah.
Because they don't produce women.
Well,
they only produce men.
They would, they only produce men.
Sorry.
The Avars only produce men.
They try.
They try.
But they can't do it.
No, they were just kind of. I think they were with the Huns too for a little while. They would just seem kind of like dicks like that. Like they'd come in and burn the crops and pillage the lands and demand tribute to leave.
Like the Vikings.
Similar to the Vikings, yeah.
They must know each other. Yeah. Another possibility was that it was a way to write off the sacrificial past of the pagan roots. Or just a way to explain the Dino Brooms.
Mm-hmm. I do like to think that it would be especially funny if the fact to the story was kind of combined, like the Avars were coming in and taking people, but the king of Krakow, Krakus, thought that it was a dragon, and no one could slay the dragon because there wasn't actually a dragon. Until one day, a smart cobbler was like, you know what I'm going to do? I found these big-ass bones down by the fucking river. I'm just going to bring him the fucking bones and tell him I killed the dragon.
Sounds good to me.
An old crazy King Krakus.
He's not going to fucking know. Yeah.
Well, I have still for some reason imagine like 90% of kings back in those days, or even the ancient Greek days, they all seemed like very goofy, almost cartoonish people, you know?
Well,
like
the Polish people also believed in tickling people to death.
the stuff that the requests they would have and things. Like, I could see that, like...
Tickle the dragon to death.
I am King Krakus. Bring me 2 geese, or I will have you tickled by the royal tickler. Like, okay, yeah, I forgot how fucking goofy kings are.
I know, right?
Yeah, royal people are really out of touch with the real world. Do you have my geese?
You really need to get out more. You sound like that guy from Alice in Wonderland, the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's how all the kings were back then.
Yeah, they're just all kind of crazy out there people. And I mean, if you look it up, it does make sense because there was a lot of inbreeding. There was a lot of syphilis. There's a lot of things like that. So it wasn't uncommon for people to be like, the people are starving, sire. What should we do? We should go on a quest for a magic artifact deep in the mountains.
Rest of the grains.
Burn all the grains, and then we will go make a flying machine. What? You're crazy. You are literally riddled with syphilis and incest.
Silence! The royal tickler!
Royal tickler, tickle them to death.
Don't stop even when I beg
Just
mercy.
whatever you do, no one tell him that you can't actually be tickled to death.
Not a real thing, guys.
He just keeps sentencing people to execution, and they're like, okay, your highness, we'll go tickle him to death.
Dude, get the fuck out, you're banished.
You're banished, yeah.
Trust me.
Go tickle him
to
death. Yeah, just get out of here, dude. We could tickle you for the next, 72 hours. It's not going to go anywhere, though. So your best bet's going to be to just leave town. If the king sees you and for some reason knows who you are, not that he understands what regular people look like, just tell him you're a twin or something. He's goofy enough to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tell him you're the guy that he had tickled to death's royal body double.
I know, right? But sire, I'm a twin.
I'm a body double. I thought everybody has body doubles. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, as I said earlier,
super short.
It's I'm sure you folks will enjoy it. You've seen shorter.
Yeah. We've had a 10-minute one before.
Yeah, our sources, like I said, discoverkrakow.com. And then also, what was it? Mythos.org. That was it. Yeah. But, yeah. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Check out our merchandise.
Check that merch. We got some merch.
They look pretty cool.
They do. So far, we haven't. Yeah, we'll have something up for that.
Dope. Shut up.
Yeah, the leggings look dope. We'll get some high mythology stuff out there too. Some more.
Until then, I still have
more
my
good
stickers.
stuff.
I'm proud of my stickers that I made.
Yeah, Kim's the designer. We're gonna have her start designing some stuff so it looks Kim-erific.
Sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, and we will see you Thursday.
All right. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.
Krakow.
Krakow!